At the moment, our biggest threat is rhino poaching. It can change. Tomorrow it can be elephant poaching. They can start poaching crocodiles or lions. You never know what the future holds. If you look at the percentage of the world's rhinos that are walking within the Kruger National Park boundaries, it's vital, it's critical that we save this natural heritage.
The cost of electricity has escalated far beyond what other things have escalated in South Africa. And therefore, any way to keep the price of electricity down is so important to the dealer.
Well, the reality is we're always in trouble, as most funders don't give us a 3-year contract. People give us funding for a year, for this project or for that project, and so we rock and roll.
Total is a leading oil and gas company. We sell high-quality products, petrol, diesel, lubricants, specialties. We are highly invested within the country from a storage and a depot perspective. One of the cornerstones of our corporate social investments is to ensure that we nurture long-term relationships with our partners for long-term growth and long-term sustainability. Conservation is quite important to Total because it forms one of the key pillars within our corporate social investment strategy, which is around heritage.
Every day you wake up and you never know what that day is going to bring. We'd get to the hangar, pre-flight an aircraft, have a cup of coffee, and the calls would come in, and that'll be anything from saving an animal to following up on anti-poaching support missions. The Kruger National Park is almost 2 million hectares. It's one of the bigger national parks of the world. There's literally vast areas within the parks with no road access because we try and keep it as wilderness and as natural as possible. So the only way to gain access to those areas is by air or on foot. Nothing will get done if you have to walk everywhere.
The relationship with Kruger National Parks is one of the oldest within the Total Group globally. It started in 1958 and is 60 years old. We do various initiatives with Kruger National Park. One of the key ones that have started recently is the sponsorship of the National Airwing Project.
The Airwing is tasked to provide aerial support functions to all of the South African National Parks departments. So historically, that would have been mainly conservation functions. Game capture, wildlife census, logistical support, those kind of flying. In recent years, with this massive escalation in poaching, and specifically rhino poaching, 85% of our flying or our aerial support missions is in support of anti-poaching initiatives.
Given that we could have anything from 3 to 7 poaching groups coming into the park or incursions into the park per day. The rangers make up the bulk of the boots on the ground. They are at the front line every day.
We would provide logistical support, troop movements, canine movements, those kind of flights, or active reaction flights in support of rangers and anti-poaching support teams on the ground, where they're on active follow-ups with suspected groups of poachers, and we provide close air support to them. A lot of our operations culminates in a contact with poachers, and there's been a few shooting incidents, and with an aircraft overhead, you can just provide much better security and safety to the guys on the ground.
Our air services are really a very important and critical support unit to the operations.
The biggest challenge in running this operation is the cost involved. About a third of our operational costs is our fuel costs. Not able to respond to every single call out because we can only have 1 or 2 aircraft in the air as opposed to all 4 aircraft flying at the same time.
Total has decided to partner with the Sandparks Airwing project to provide around 4.3 million rands worth of fuel to ensure that we are able to keep them airborne and fight the scourge against poaching.
With this, it's definitely changed. I mean, it's changed for the better, and it's allowed us to operate better and more efficiently.
We are quite excited and invigorated to know that we are able to support this amazing initiative and to try and decrease the total number of rhinos that have been poached.
The ranger teams on the ground would just not be able to achieve what they do achieve without air support.
Total is committed to better energy and better sources of energy. We have a requirement to reduce the total CO2 emissions that we have on our operations. One of the easiest ways to do that is to take our retail sites off the grid and move them onto solar-powered sources of energy.
I am the dealer for Total Westgate. The costs on electricity and other utilities are incredibly important to us. The refrigeration, bain-maries, the ovens that we bake off our pies really consume a lot of electricity. These things are done mainly during the day. Your electricity is peaking, so the price of that electricity is more expensive, and it's become a major burden to us. About 4 months ago, a team arrived on site and actually installed 39 panels on our roof.
The installation that we've got at Total Westgate is what we call a grid-tied solution. That means it doesn't have any battery backup capacity in the normal sense. Whenever the sun is shining, the energy production from the solar panels are converted through an inverter, and this supplements your normal supply from the local grid. But the main motivation behind that one is a cost saving on your monthly electricity bill.
We have solarized around 50 stations locally. The key rationale behind it is to ensure that our retail sites are modern in the sense that they're running on cleaner energy.
The decision of putting solar panels in is it's a no-brainer. It has to be done. In South Africa, with our resources, we have to find ways, just for the planet, just for the country, with our carbon-based electricity. So anything that we can do to save our little planet is the right direction to go in.
Arts and culture and education in general is an absolutely key component of our corporate social investment strategy. We have decided to partner with Sibikwa, a multidisciplinary arts and culture education initiative, and we have been sponsoring them for close to 20 years. This is quite a special relationship and quite a special sponsorship for us.
I accompanied my friend to Sibikwa once because she just asked me to come with her. And then when I came, I watched her do the classes and I ended up liking it, so I took registration forms that day and I took them to my mom and I begged her to come next year. Being introduced to this new atmosphere, it was just inspiring and I wanted to be part of it.
The Saturday Arts Academy program is geared towards children, mainly school-going children. We have 154 registered learners from the ages of 6 to 24, and they attend classes in drumming. We have specialized programs in drama and dance. It's geared to develop children through the arts, to teach them to focus, to concentrate, to attain certain goals.
Well, I've seen children improving actually, because I've seen the efforts of Sibikwa. The teachers say this child is not to be able to focus and concentrate, but since he started at Sibikwa, the child can do something, focus and concentrate.
We do hip hop, we do drama, but us juniors don't do drama. We do reading, we do drumming. If I wasn't coming here, I would be at my grand's or church, because I'm a busybody and I need to do something. I can't just do nothing. The art class, it's all about drawing, it's all about painting, and you need to focus in that. I enjoy most hip-hop. We learn to have expression. We learn to actually improve ourselves by dancing.
We are incredibly lucky with Total. They support the Saturday Arts Academy. They've been supporting us for over 20 years. I've never heard of a corporate supporting for over 20 years.
I feel grateful because otherwise without Total we wouldn't have gone very far.
What is special about Sibikwa is the fact that kids who would not otherwise have the opportunity to study the disciplines of arts, culture, and music, we have been able to provide them with the opportunity and the platform to be able to study these various aspects.
When you dance, it's like you're using your full body to move. Your body is moving with how you're breathing. So it's like rhythmical, you're listening to yourself. You know, when you dance, you don't only have to be yourself, but you're exploring everything else. So when you come to Sibikwa, you are actually growing yourself and doing something good with that time, you know. I have learned how to think out of the box, not only academically and logically. So it helps my way of thinking, yeah.
We have seen tremendous returns on the investments that we have made in the various communities. We have seen kids benefit from arts and culture and being able to play in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people.
We don't want monuments to arts. We want a place where people feel welcome and warm and where it's their place and they can enjoy themselves here and have a good experience.
Just to be involved in the Sandparks Airwing project and being on the cutting edge on the anti-poaching drive, we believe that we have made a real difference.
We all love wildlife and we've all got a very special love and a special affinity to Kruger National Park. I mean, there's something about the place that just makes you want to be here. And then the cause, I mean, what better job, if you want to call it that, than to fly these magnificent aircraft in a piece of paradise like Kruger, saving animals.
We will continue to ensure that we invest in these communities and make the long-lasting differences that we have made in the past.